I just got this 1993 Chevy Corvette with a whopping 66,000 miles for an all-in cash price of $1,400. But before we get too deep in this car, we've got to go back about a couple weeks when I got this 2014 Ford Taurus for $800. So we limped the Taurus home, we ended up cleaning it up, replacing the water pump, the timing chain, all that good stuff, and we were sitting at about all-in $1,400 invested. Then we listed it up for sale. Then I got a message on Marketplace asking if I'd be interested in trading. Sure. So that's when he sent me pictures of this mint condition Corvette. Not really. He said that if I was interested in trading, he would trailer the car 4 hours all the way to me. So I couldn't really say no. It's a Corvette. So now I'm the proud owner of this 1993 40th anniversary Corvette with 66,000 miles in mint condition. So maybe not mint condition, but it's, you know, a one of one. Alright, so it's not a one of one. We're in mint condition, or good condition. I may have messed up, but we're gonna see what we can do with it. Alright guys, it is currently 9:50 p.m. We are on our way to go pick up a set of possibly wheels for the vet. $100, so why not? And unfortunately, he's only able to meet tonight, so got about an hour drive, and then hopefully we'll have a new set of wheels and tires. So let's get it. Guys, new wheels are acquired. We are now on our way home. It is 11 p.m. Yippee. So hopefully we can be back home by like midnight or something, and then see if we can work something out with these wheels on the vet. So I'll catch you guys probably tomorrow. I need some sleep. So catch you guys tomorrow. Cheers. All right, guys, welcome back. We are back with, let me slide this back. It's in my peripheral vision and kind of aggravating. We're back with the wheels here. You can see these wheels here. They're chrome. They need a good cleaning, but really nothing I'm too terribly worried about. Here's the interior of the car here. We've got this whole side took apart because the digital part of the dash, sorry about the sun, it's brutal. The digital part of the dash actually stopped working. So I was checking for any loose wires down here, and I actually took apart the whole dash to check for stuff. It looks like it may need a whole rebuild, which we'll see. I talked to the previous owner. He says he had the issue somewhere. It was finicky. He said just bang on it. So your C4 Corvette gauge, cluster, whatever doesn't ever work, just bang on it. Might work. But in my case, not working too well. So we're actually in the process of I'm putting all this back in. Well, the whole dash is in. Still hasn't fixed the problem, unfortunately. Still a dead digital screen. Looks like a rebuild is going to be the only option, or replacement. I'm not sure if that's in the budget. We'll have to see. I want to check out all the mechanical stuff first, make sure everything is good mechanically, and then we'll worry about putting money into this. So anyways, guys, let's go ahead and get the hood open and check out everything mechanically. All right, guys, so I noticed the throttle body cable, it has a lot of play in it. Gonna adjust that. I just checked all the fuses under here, all these fuses are good. There's not really any hoses that look bad. Belt looks to be in good condition. I did find a coolant leak. The car was spewing coolant pretty bad. Our reservoir is empty, so definitely need to add coolant. The leak, it was actually leaking from this hose right here, and luckily it was just where this thing had rusted. Little bit of that hose, it had started a little hole on it, so I just snipped off a little bit of the end of the hose, and then put it back on there. So we'll have to fill this up with coolant and see. And then as for the throttle body, I got that readjusted. It's a really cool procedure. You take this thing off, loosen all the tension, and then tighten it back down. So now you can see here, there's not really any play in it. This is awesome. That's not good, guys. That's not good. A couple minutes down the road, and these brakes are toasted. Look at this. This is not good. Not good at all. Alright, guys. So the brakes are cooled down now. This brake line actually popped off. So I'm going to see if I can get the brakes good because they don't feel like they're seized up anymore, which is good. Like I said, this hose pops off. This is the joys of flipping cars. Such a fun experience. Hey guys, long story short, we were finally able to get the Vette home. Did not have to tow it. When I went to start it up after the brake issue, it would not start. It had power. Everything seemed to be working fine, but would not start. I think it was just a VATS issue. The security system on it. Because the dash would light up, everything would light up, and then it just wouldn't crank. But then after letting it sit for about 10 minutes, not doing anything, cranked up perfectly fine. So I'm thinking that was just a VATS issue, I hope. I'm going to check out how quickly I can get a brake line in to get that replaced. And I will hit you guys up when that's done, because when that's done, should be ready to sell it. I'll see you guys soon. Cheers. You can see brake fluid shot everywhere. This melted. Doesn't look like our caliper's seized anymore. I'm hoping this brake line just collapsed, but it looks newer, so I don't really know. Let me go grab some gloves, and then we'll get that brake line off, get this side off, clean up the calipers, rebuild them, all that stuff, and then might as well paint them while we're in here. Alright guys, we're bleeding the brakes now. You can see there how much air is in that line. So much air.
One eternity later.
Alright guys, finally got the brakes good on this car, I think. Oh, getting in this thing is always a blast. Right off the bat, these brakes are working way better. Car seems to be able to actually accelerate. Oh yeah, we've got brakes, baby. Alright guys, putting fuel in it. Good old 93. We'll see how much it takes to fill this thing up. Yeah guys, this thing drives way better. So guys, we are both stuck on this side of the road with the C4. It was driving fine, and then it just stopped. The, what was it, ASR light?
ASR light and that battery light came on.
So it might be the OptiSpark, we don't know. Alright guys, welcome back It's the next day. We've got the C4 back at the house. It was a late night, but we are here, and $250 poorer, which is never good. But anyways, about to start diagnosing this. I actually ordered a new OptiSpark last night. I know that is a very common issue on these, but in the meantime, I'm wanting to diagnose what our problem is. Make sure it's actually the OptiSpark, which is, it seems like it's an ignition issue. I know the fuel pump is working because we're getting fuel. We could smell it, and then I could feel the injectors when we would try and turn it over. Could feel those, so fairly confident we're getting fuel. Not 100% positive yet, but fairly confident. I want to check right now to see if we're getting spark and make sure our battery's not dead, make sure we're getting power to everything that needs power. So anyways, we're going to start by using a multimeter set to 20 volts on the battery. There we go. So we're getting about 12.23 volts. So a little bit low, but not too terribly low. I checked it earlier, we were getting like 12.4. Let's see if we can test the codes on this car. In order to test codes on this car, you can't use a regular OBD2 reader. You actually have to jump the pins here. And when we turn this on, the fan turns on, and this will flash 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So that's code 42. So code 42 is ignition control circuit, like shorted to ground. I was also getting, earlier when I ran it, I was also getting code 16, which is for the distributor, which is the OptiSpark. But I don't think it's a heat soak issue, because this morning it would start. It's going to be something with the ignition. So now I'm going to get the battery out. I'm going to put that on the battery tender, and we'll take it from there. All right, guys, so it has been 2 days now since the Corvette had to get towed back to the house. Feeling good today. All the parts are coming in, so we're going to go ahead, get started working on this. We've actually already got the OptiSpark out, the water pump out. We're going to be replacing the water pump, the thermostat, the coolant temperature sensor, the OptiSpark, and I've got an ignition control module coming in as well. We're going to be replacing that. This is where that ignition control module mounts, and it was nasty. They're very heat sensitive. They tend to heat soak and go bad. So tested it. It was throwing some weird voltages. So we're going to be replacing that, and then the OptiSpark also, which goes down here. That had a lot of water or coolant and oil in it, so we rebuilt that. Gonna keep that as a spare, and then I've got the new one here with me as well. So hopefully we can get this knocked out pretty quick, get this car back to running. I'll catch you guys soon as I as soon as something good happens or something really bad happens. So wish me luck. See you guys in a second. All right, we have finally finished doing all the work on this thing. I'll show you guys what it looks like now. So I've got the new water pump down here, new thermostat under here, redid some of the wiring to some of those sensors, placed the ignition control unit back in there, cleaned up that heat sink, and then the OptiSpark all the way down in there. Gone ahead, bled the coolant. Now it's time to see if this thing starts up, has any leaks, any of that fun stuff. So let's see here. Take our handy dandy key, and that started right up. There was no hesitation there. So you can see everything's looking pretty good. Oh yeah, she's running smooth. No leaks, anything like that. I don't think there's anything to worry about. I did let it sit overnight after applying that RTV, so we should be good. Well, at this point, all there really is left to do is see how she drives. So, hood is down. There we go. and drive. Let's get these windows down because it's hot outside. Oh yeah. Let's see what this thing's doing. Oh yeah, she's driving good. All right guys, so Corvette drove great. We actually already took pictures of it, listed it up for sale, and kind of already sold it. So we're kind of moving along here. But let's go ahead and go over the finances real quick, show you guys what we spent, what we made, and I got some good news and some bad news. Oh, I just dropped the phone. All right guys, so for the initial trade vehicle, we spent $1,400 on our trade vehicle. That's a V. Trade vehicle. We spent another $100 on wheels and tires. And this, we actually kept the original saw blades to sell, so I'm not gonna count this here. Next, we actually had to spend $250 on a tow, unfortunately. Then we spent $180 on mechanical repairs. $180, that was for like the water pump, brake hose, OptiSpark, a couple other odds and ends. So that's all we had invested for a grand total of $1,930. That's all in on this Corvette. And we were able to sell this Corvette for, and this is where the good and the bad news comes in, $5,000. Now, this vehicle was worth a lot more than that. Unfortunately, with the mechanical issues, we weren't able to do a lot of the restoration that we were looking to do. That would have been like a paint job or touch-up paint and then fixing that digital cluster. If we didn't have the tow and the mechanical issues, we would have spent that money on the paint and that digital cluster and probably would have sold this car for closer to 8 to 10 grand. I talked to a lot of dealers and they all told me that this car would be worth between 9 and 12 grand in as-is condition and be worth 15 grand or so with paint correction. But like I said, we weren't able to do that. So guys, selling this Corvette at 5 grand brings our total profit to $3,070. $3,070, not at all a bad profit. Where the bad news comes in, we had offers for the original trade vehicle between 6 and 7 grand. Took a little bit of a gamble on this trade, hoping to sell the Corvette for between 9 and maybe 10 grand. Didn't quite pan out, so we could have made more and had it sold a few weeks earlier, but still made profit. That's not a bad profit at all. $3,070, could have made more, but we didn't. Took a gamble. Oh well, part of the game. That's one of the unfortunate parts of flipping. Sometimes you take gambles and they don't work. Excited for the next video. We've got 350, I think, odd horsepower. V8, plenty of tire screeching power. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this Corvette flip. Hopefully we'll be a little bit better off with this vehicle here. So guys, keep tuned and make sure to stick around for the next vehicle where hopefully we can make even more profit. Obviously nothing is guaranteed, but that's all the name of the game. High risk, high reward, or even better, low risk, high reward. But anyways, I will see you guys very soon with this vehicle here where we're gonna get started on this. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you soon. Cheers.